Welcome back, guys. In this video we will be discussing pattern M. So this is the pattern that you have to print. For n is equals to 3, you have to print an M with number of rows 3, and similarly for n is equals to 5, you have to print a M with number of rows 5. So it's a very easy question. Try it out on your own and then we will discuss the solution of this video. I hope you tried it on your own. Now let's discuss to the solution. So what you have to do is you have to print an M. Let's focus here and let's analyze how we can do that. So we can see that there are all stars in the first row as well as in the last column. Here also in our first column and our last column we have to print star. So it's very easy, we know how to do that. Now let's look at these stars. So this is nothing else but our two diagonals, right? This is nothing else but our two diagonals. So our diagonal condition is I is equals to j or I plus j is equals to n plus 1. These are our diagonal conditions. But you have to analyze one thing, that if 1, 2, 3, this is 3 rows, you have to print our diagonal only till 2. If the number of rows are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, you have to print our diagonals till 3 only. So for n is equals to 3, you have to print till 2. For n is equals to 5, you have to print till 3. So this is nothing else but n by 2 plus 1. So n by 2 plus 1 for 3 is 2, because 3 by 2 is 1, 1 plus 1 2, and n by 2 plus 1 for 5 is 3, and 5 by 2 is 2 and plus 1 is 3. So until our I is less than or equals to n by 2 plus 1, we have to print our diagonals. So we just have to figure out these three conditions and we can easily print our M pattern. So let's try to code this. First of all, we take input, scanner SCN, new scanner, system.in. We take our number of rows and we start our for loop for rows. I equals to 1, I less than equals to n, I plus plus. We start our for loop for columns. J equals to 1, j less than equals to n, and j plus plus. And what we do is we check whether our column number is 1, that is our first column, or our column is n, that is our last column. And if our column is first and last, what we have to do? We have to just print stars. So we'll print stars, right? Now we check else if our I is less than or equals to n by 2 plus 1. That is the condition that we figured out for how long we have to print our diagonals, right? And we have to check whether it is our diagonal. So if our I is equals to j or our I plus 1, I plus j is equals to n plus 1. So we just have to check these two conditions and we just print system.out.print. We just print stars. And else, what we have to do? We have to print spaces. So system.out.print. We just print spaces, right? And don't forget to change the line. So system.out.println. Right? Now let's try to run this program. And it should print a beautiful M. It's getting a compilation. Okay. Let's run this again. And it is giving us a very beautiful M in an output, right? Let's try to submit this and see whether it works for all the test cases. So we just had to figure out what are the conditions where we have to print the stars, and it is very easy to print the patterns, right? So do it yourself also, and then this is our correct answer. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next question.